Hello everyone. How are you all? I hope you are doing good. So see, this is the recorded lecture, but I don't want you to feel like a recorded lecture. So that please have a copy with you with a pen. We will write accordingly as well. Sometimes we will write each and everything, and sometimes what is important we will write that. Okay. So first thing, very clear, you have to take a copy and a pen along with you while watching this lecture. Okay, now starting the lecture number one, the basics and the text structure. So let me give you the brief idea of all the chapters, like the what we all going to study in this chapter itself. So see, in the basics and the text structure, starting with what? The income tax. Our subject name is what? Income tax or the direct taxation and the international taxation. So first, breaking out of the direct taxation part. So what is direct tax and what is indirect tax? As you have might have known that because you have cleared the CA intermediate, you might know that. But again, as I have said, I will not assume anything that you have studied. Okay, so I am going to tell you what is the direct tax and what is the indirect tax. So start writing with me. The first point that we are going to discuss is types of tax. I am classifying the types of tax into two: the direct tax and the indirect tax. Okay, all these things you have to write. You can't skip on these things. Okay, so first is what is direct tax. See, direct tax is a tax that is collected by the government of India. Who is collecting that? The government of India. But from whom? The main point of difference between the direct tax and the indirect tax is the person from whom the government is collecting the tax. If you are earning and the government is taking tax directly from you, understand it very clearly. If you are earning any income and the government of India is taking tax directly from you, then it is a direct tax. The burden of tax is on you itself. That's why it is a direct tax that is collected directly from you. Okay, but if the government asks someone, okay, suppose you have a friend Amit, okay, the government asks Amit that please take tax from Mr. X on us behalf, on our behalf, and then submit it to us. The government is saying what to Amit? Then please collect tax on our behalf from Mr. X and give it to us. So the burden of tax is to whom? Mr. X. But who is paying to the government? Mr. Amit. So it is an indirect tax that the person who is actually paying the tax to the government is not having the burden on their pocket of the tax, because the burden to pay the tax is on Mr. X. So it is the indirect tax. I hope it is very much clear. So here you must write burden to pay on the same person. But here, burden to pay transfers to another person. I hope it is very much clear. The types of tax. There are two types of tax. First is the direct tax and second is the indirect tax. The burden to pay tax on the same person is the direct tax, and the indirect tax is burden to pay transfer to any other person. Like in our example, the burden to pay is on Mr. X, but who have paid the tax? Mr. Amit. I hope it is very much clear. Now, what are the examples of the direct tax and what are the examples of the indirect tax? See, it is very easy. The direct tax, what we are reading? We are reading the income tax. So the main example of the direct tax is the income tax. Along with that, what other acts like the Black Money Act? That is also in your syllabus. The Black Money Act. It is also the direct tax. Then other are the gift tax, wealth tax. Okay, these are the taxes which were earlier there, but it was abolished as of now. Okay, so these are the things. Income tax or the Black Money Act. But for the indirect taxes, what are the examples? For the indirect taxes, the examples are very famous: goods and services tax, or the customs. Okay, the customs and the goods of services tax that you are rating in your CA final examination purpose as well in the paper number 5 for the indirect taxation in indirect taxation that you are reading both the two taxes, the goods and services tax and the customs part. I hope this much is very much clear to you. What are the types of taxes and what are the examples of those taxes? Now, the main question arises, who can take tax from us? Can Mr. Amit take tax from us? Okay. Can you take tax from your friend? Who is the authority? As if we do not define any authority, then every person can collect tax from, on behalf of the government and pay to the government or might not pay to the government. So there is some authority, na? You need some authority who can collect tax or who can delegate their authority to someone. Okay, so there must be an authority. That authority might either collect on his behalf only or may delegate this work to someone. Okay, so there must be some power to that particular person, that particular authority. So there must be some authority. And as you know, India is a democratic country. What is India is a democratic country? So what is the essential document for our democracy? The essential document of our democracy is the Constitution of India. So if you want to collect tax, if you want to collect tax from the persons of India, from the resident of India, for the citizens of India, then you must govern those taxes from the Constitution of India. Understand that? So whether there is some power given in the Constitution of India to collect tax, yes, the power is given in the Constitution of India and the Constitution of India to collect taxes, and that power is given to whom? The power is given to the government of India in some cases, and in some cases the power is given to whom? The state governments. Okay, now right here, I just hope you are writing each and everything. Okay, I will not give these board notes if you are not writing. You must write all these points. Okay, now the Constitution of India in Article 265 lays down that no tax shall be levied or collected, okay, except by authority of law. I hope it is very much clear. So, the article number 265 of the Constitution of India says that no tax shall be levied, collected. Now, there are two important words. Now, there are two important words. These are two important words. Let me just give me a second. I will change this. There are two important words, levied or collected. Now, levied, no tax shall be levied. Means that no one can levy tax on you or no one can collect tax from you except by the authority of law. Then, sir, what is the difference between the levied and the collected? Because it is very much important. The Constitution of India uses the two words, levied or collected. They are not the same thing. Otherwise, they will write only one thing, but they have write two things, levied or collected. So what is the importance of these two words in this in respect to what? Taxation. So it is very much easy. See, understand it very easily. The levied word is that we can levy you the taxes. Okay? Like suppose you have earned the income of rupees 3 lakh rupees. Okay? You have earned the income of rupees 3 lakh rupees. The government can levy tax on you. You have earned income, so as per the Income Tax Act, the government can levy tax on you. You have the burden to pay tax on those rupees, 3 lakh rupees. But what? Suppose the government has given you the exemption or the basic exemption limit. The government forgo those 3 lakh, the tax on those 3 lakh rupees, and said those earning 3 lakh rupees, we do not want to take any such tax. So the government is relinquishing its right to collect tax from you which is levied on you. Okay, the tax was levied on you, but the government is not intended to collect those tax. So that is why the Constitution of India says no tax shall be levied or collected except by the authority of law. That the law will levy that tax, or the authority of law will have to levy that tax, and the authority of law is the only person who can collect from you as well. Okay, if they do not want to collect, then they do not collect. If they want to collect, then the only authority of law can collect the tax from you, or no other person can collect the tax from you. I hope it is very much clear. So again, see, it is from the exam, it is from the MCQ point of view, which is also I am not expecting that the ICI is going to ask you the article number 265, the number of the article which says the in taxes can be collected by whom. I am not assuming that ICI is going to ask this question again. Just for your knowledge, for your practical knowledge, you must know that article number 265 of the Constitution of India lays down that no tax shall be levied or collected except by the authority of law. I hope it is very much clear to you all. If you have any other doubt, just pause the video, just listen to it again, or you have the Telegram group or my contact details. You can ask any of the doubt you have. Okay, now, okay, the Constitution said that the authority of law can levy or collect. Okay, but who is the authority of law? Who is the authority of law? Who can levy or collect the tax? Who can levy tax from you? Who can collect tax from you? The government says, the Constitution of India says itself, then we will describe it for you. We will describe it from you, for you, then who can levy or who can collect from you. So the Constitution, again, in article number 246, write it down. Article, sorry, article 246 of the Constitution of India. Okay, under the article number 246, there are several schedules. Okay, there are several schedules that are given. Then, in that particular schedule, there is a seventh schedule. Okay, amongst many schedules, there is a seventh schedule in which the Constitution of India divided the powers to collect and levy taxes to between the governments. Okay, so in the article number 246, seventh schedule. And just listen to me very carefully. When you write seventh schedule, then you have to write in you have to write in words. You can't write in numbers. This is very important because it is the basic structure of the Constitution of India, that you have to write in numbers. Sorry, you don't and have to write this in numbers, but write in words. So seventh is not to be written as this. It is wrong. The seventh is to be written in words. Okay. Article number 246 of the Constitution of India, seventh schedule, consists of three lists. Okay, the Constitution of India gives how many lists? The three list is given by the Constitution of India. See, list one, which is the union list. Okay, then list two, which is the state list, and there is a last number, list number three, which is the concurrent list. Okay, I hope you are writing each and everything. So, first list is the union list, second is the state list, and third is the concurrent list. As the name suggests, as the name suggests of this list, whatever matters listed or enumerated in the list number one, the authority to collect tax is the union government. Who is the union government? In current, there is a NDA government which is sitting in the union. Okay, so the NDA government has power to collect those taxes which are enumerated in list number one. Okay, then list number two, there are certain other taxes or certain other things which are given under list two. For that, the power to collect tax or on those incomes is given to whom? The state governments. But there is a problem. there may be some type of there may be some type of taxes which both have the rights. Union government should also get the tax from those incomes, and the state government should also get the tax from those income. So those are the those are the matters, those are the incomes which are written in the concurrent list. So under the concurrent list, the list number 3, who can get the right to who have the right to collect taxes? The both the union and the state government both have the right to collect taxes on the income which are enumerated under the concurrent list, list number 3. I hope it is very much clear. In list number 1, all the matters enumerated, the government of India, the union government of India has the right to collect tax on that incomes. Okay, in under what are the matters enumerated under list number 2? The state government, the respective state government have the right to collect taxes on those income, and there may be some incomes on which both the government want to take tax, the state government also want to take taxes, and the union government also want to take taxes on those incomes. Okay, so for that there is a concurrent list. So all the matters enumerated in the concurrent list, both the state government and the union government both have the right to collect taxes on those incomes. So according to this, the sir, where is the income tax enumerated? Whether it is given in the list number 1, list number 2, or in the list number 3. So fortunately for the income tax purpose, list number 3 is not applicable. So the income tax purpose, the income tax is not written under the concurrent list. It is written under what? It is written under the union list, list number 1, by entry number 82, by entry number entry number 82 means, what is this entry number 82? See, there are certain types of taxes which are enumerated in the list number 1. So on that list, on the 82 number, on the 82nd number, the income tax is written. That is what entry number is. Among the list of many taxes, on the 82nd number, income taxes is written. That is why it is entry number 82 of the union list. Gives the power to the union government to taxes levy on gives the power to the government of India to levy taxes on incomes. Okay, see, now it is not completed. Just listen to me very carefully. Taxes, tax on incomes. Okay, but here is a caveat. The Constitution of India itself says other than agricultural income. Okay, other than agricultural income. Okay, so the Constitution of India itself says, under the entry number 2 of the list 1 of the 7th schedule of Article 246 of the Constitution of India says that the central government, the union government, have the right to collect taxes on income other than agriculture income. So, who get the power to tax agriculture income? The power remains with the state government. So under the state list, the constitution says the power to levy taxes on agriculture income is given to the state government. Okay, so agriculture income taxes under the state list. Okay, and for the concurrent list, the recent example is I'm giving you the GST. Okay, the GST where the both the government get taxes. As if you know, there is a CGST, there is a SGST, there is a IGST. Okay, so the central government also has the right to collect tax. The state government also have the right to collect tax. That is why the CGST and SGST is combining. Okay, so for the GST part, concurrent list was applicable. Okay, so under the concurrent list, the GST is enumerated. I hope it is very much clear. So what we all studied till now? See, first we have studied what are the type of tax. There are two types of tax: the direct taxation and the indirect taxation. For the direct taxation, there is a burden to pay tax on the same person, but under the indirect taxes, the burden to pay transfer to any other person. Okay, then who can collect taxes? The power to collect taxes is enumerated under article number 265 of the Constitution of India, which says that no taxes shall be levied or collected except by authority of law. Who can collect or levy? Authority of law. Now, who is the authority of law? Who is the authority of law, which is given under article number 246, which says under the 7th schedule of article number 246, there are three lists. Okay, there are three lists. First list is union list, second is state list, third is concurrent list. So under the union list, entry number 82, entry number 82 gives the right to right to give the uh, entry number 82 gives power to levy taxes on income other than agricultural income. And the agriculture income, the taxes on the agriculture income, the power to tax those agricultural income is given to whom? The state government. I hope it is very much clear. Is this clear? Now, coming on to the next point. Fourth and the most important point. See, fourth and the most important point, what I'm going to write under the fourth point is the heart of the Income Tax Act. Is the heart of income tax or the direct tax. Okay, the direct taxation. I'll also tell you why the ICAI, the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, does not write income tax. They write direct tax and the international taxation part. Okay, okay. So this is very much important. Why the ICI is written direct tax, not the income tax. That is very much important that I am going to tell you as of now. So under point 4, it is very, very important. That is, you can write it, components of components of income tax. If we talk about income tax, then what all things this income tax comprise of? Okay, what we all need to learn. If we say it is income tax, so what we all need to learn. See, under the income tax, there are certain components which it have. See, first is Income Tax Act. Okay, then it is Income Tax Rules. Then there is some Finance Act. Then it is circulars, oblique notifications. Then maybe there may be some judgments. All these things comprises your income tax. All you need to learn, your ICIA has incorporated Income Tax Act, Income Tax Rule, Finance Act, circulars and notification, and the judgments. All these things, all these five things have been incorporated in your syllabus. So you have to read each and everything, understanding these things. Okay. So what are the components? Let me explain it one by one. Okay. There is something Income Tax Act. Okay, which came into effect under 1961 in the year 1961. Okay, applicable from applicable from 1 4 1962. Why it is applicable from 1 4 1962 when it came in 1961 itself? We'll understand that. Okay, no issues. Then there is some income tax rules. Income tax rules is launched on 1962, applicable from 1 4 1962 itself. Okay, good. Then there is some Finance Act. What is it? We'll discuss. Then there are some judgments or there are some circulars and the notifications. So understand this. There is a basic structure of the Income Tax Act, which the government, see, we have discussed this authority of law. So authority of law has the power to collect or levy taxes, but the authority of law have to describe na, have to describe what all incomes we are going to tax. They have to describe now, and they also have to describe that on what incomes we want to levy tax, but as of now we are not levying that, we are just exempting those incomes. Okay, we want to levy them, they are leviable to the taxes, but we forego those taxes. So the government have to tell each and everything. So where it is given, the government made what, the act, the income tax act, which is launched in the year 1961, which is launched in the year 1961. Then why it is applicable from 1 4 1962, we'll just come on that point a little bit late. Okay, then there are some. See, everything is written on the Income Tax Act is very bulky. So the government of India thinks that we give the basic structure of the basic structure of the levy and the levy and the collection part in the Income Tax Act. But if we want to say that we want to collect tax on this income, okay, suppose we want to collect tax on this income, particular income, income A. Okay, now what is the procedure to collect? How we will collect that income tax? If all those things is written in the Income Tax Act, then it is very much tricky to judge. It will be very bulky act. Okay, everything is written in the act, and if you know the procedure to, if you know the procedure of making an act, then anything changing in the act itself becomes very burden work. Okay, it is going to be very very tough task for the government of India to change the act. Why it is very tough, then we will just discuss afterwards. Okay, so what is the component? The Income Tax Act 1961 is the main thing, and in which they said we want to levy taxes on this income, and but there are certain incomes on which we do not want to take tax. As of now we do not want to take tax on those incomes. Okay, then how we will collect those taxes? Okay, all these things are given under section given under Income Tax Rules 1962. Then there are some Finance Act, there are some circulars, notifications, and the judgment. Now before coming on to the point of Finance Act, circulars, notification, judgment, I just want you to just listen to me, the process of passing the process. Just write it here. Point number 5. Process of making act. See, this class is going to be very basic, because all these basics are very important to make a foundation, to make a building. See, foundation is very much important to make a building. So for while making the foundation, just focus on each and everything, because it is going to be ultra important. Might not be important for an examination purpose, but will definitely be helpful for your practical life. So if you are going to CA, see, CA are mostly known for their audit and their taxation skills. Okay, every person, every relative of you, while when you clear your CA examination, they are going to ask the questions about the income taxes. Okay, and they are all going to ask the questions about income taxes. They are not going to ask the audit questions to you. The companies will ask that, but every relative of yours, every person around you will ask the income tax related things. So you must know each and everything of the Income Tax Act. That's why I'm giving a little bit of time to those basics, because it is very much important for this. Okay, so what is the thing? The process of making act. What is the process of making an act? See, it is very much easy. Firstly, there is a finance bill. Not a finance bill, there is a bill. Right? It is a bill. Okay. Bill become act when officially notified. Notified. See, it's like just give me a second. when it is officially notified. Okay, so the bill becomes act when it is officially notified. Then what is bill and what is act? See, let me give you an example. Suppose there is a very recent example. There is a recent voting in the parliament. Okay, in the parliament, Lok Sabha. What is the voting all about? The voting was for one nation, one election. Okay, the one nation, one election. The government of India, the ND government, thought to take one nation, one election in India, to bring one nation, one election in India. So they have some thought process that we should bring one nation, one election in India. So they have compiled each and everything, how it will going to run, then what are the procedures, then when will elections happen, what are the tenure of those elections, when if the government does not able to complete is not able to complete the whole tenure of 5 years, then what will the process, each and everything, each and every question the government of India and their committees have thought for. Okay, then they have answered all those things in a bill, in a document that is called as a bill, and they go to the parliament in the lower house as well, in the lower house first, and say this is all what we have thought, and this is how the work is this how the one nation one election is going to happen. All this is the process. The government of India says this. Okay, so the document which is presented by the government of India in the parliament, the Lok Sabha, is called as the bill. One nation, one election bill. Bill is introduced by the government of India. So, now suppose the bill is passed by the lower house of India, that is the Lok Sabha, and the upper house of India, that is the Raj Sabha. Okay, if the bill is passed by the Lok Sabha, then it goes to whom? The Rajya Sabha, the upper house. That will also pass. Then it will go to whom? The President of India. The President of India. Okay, if the President of India signs on that document, which is passed by the Lok Sabha and the Raj Sabha. Okay, the document signed by the president, which is passed by the Lok Sabha and the Raj Sabha, on the date which is signed by the government, the date on which that document is signed by the government, that document becomes from bill. Okay. See, until the President of India signs on that document remains to call as bill. But as the moment the government of the President of India signs on that document, it become effective from that date, or maybe any other date which is written in that document. Okay, so that becomes act. Okay, so first thing is that there is some thought process, there is some problem. For to resolve that problem, the government of India thought something, and for that they made a bill, they made a document which is presented on the Lok Sabha, the table of the Lok Sabha. Lok Sabha is also known as what? The lower house, or the house of public, or the house of people. Okay. Okay, then when the Lok Sabha passes that document goes to the Rajya Sabha. Okay, when Rajya Sabha also passes that document, then it will go to the President of India. And when the President of India give its assent, I am saying the word assent, ASSENT. When the government of India give its assent to that document, then it becomes what? Act, and it is notified under the official gazette of India. It is notified in the official gazette of India. Okay, it is notified under the official gazette of India. I hope it is very much clear. I hope it is very much clear. Now, this is the process of making an act. Now, can you think, or can you imagine, when the government, suppose this is the act, Income Tax Act 1961. Okay, this is the act. In the 1961, the government of India makes some laws. makes the income tax act. But you think in the year 2024 whether these all the income tax act which is applicable, which is made and which is made on the 1961, in the year 1961, will the same thing applicable to the 2024? Whether the situation changes, na, the situation changes, so the circumstances changes, and there are some needs to tax something, or there may be something that we need to give relaxation on. There is a economy, there is a economy. So what we have made in 1961 is based on the situation, or is based on the needs required in the year 1961. But we are in the year now 2025, we are in the year of 2025. So do you think that the same act which is applicable, which is made in the 1961, be same like in the year 2025? No, it is not going to happen, because there are certain circumstances changes, there are some other technology advancement, there are like again various sources of income comes out which was not in the 1961. So the situation changes, so the government also want to increase the scope of levy. The government is also want to increasing the scope of levy or the collected work. The government wants that, we want to increase our scope. If the government wants that, so there is some process. The government cannot itself do so, okay, because the government is chosen by us. So ask from us, if you want to take some changes, if you want to bring some changes, ask from us. So whether the government will ask from all the 140 crore people? No, the government will not ask from all the 140 crore people. They will ask whom? They will ask whom? To whom? To those people who are appointed by those 140 crore people. That is what are MPs, the member of parliament, which is sitting in the Lok Sabha. Okay, so all those representative which we have selected for us, all those representatives which we have selected for us while voting, they will take decision on behalf of us. Okay, so the government want to make some changes. But if everything is written in the act, if everything is written in the act, so if anything changes in that act, then the same process will have to follow. The same process will have to follow. Take out some bill, then pass it from Lok Sabha, then pass it from Raj Sabha, then take the assent of the President of India. The same process is going to happen. That is very burdensome process. That is very time consuming process. So the government does not want that. Okay, so there is something called Finance Acts. What is called Finance Act? On first Feb of every year, first Feb of every year, the government of India comes, the union government, the finance minister of India, the finance minister, let me recorrect myself, the finance minister of India comes to the Lok Sabha and present a bill that I am just wanted these things to be changed. I just wanted these things to be changed in the Income Tax Act. Okay, they just want that in the Finance Act. In the Finance Act, 1 February 2000, in the on 1st February of every year, the finance minister comes in the Lok Sabha and asks all the member of parliament which we have selected on our behalf, ask from those member of parliament whether we can make those changes or not. We can make those changes. If you have no issues, then our member of parliament which we have selected says okay, you can do so. Then the bill goes to whom? The Raj Sabha. The Raj Sabha also says, okay, you can do so. Then the bill goes to whom? The President of India. If the President of India signs that, it becomes what? Act. It becomes what? Act. So this is the whole procedure. Now, coming on to the point. The Finance Act is what? The government of India just wanted some little bit changes in the provisions based on the needs that arise in 1 year. Okay, because it comes every year, so there may be some needs that arises in that period of 1 year. If that is so, so the government wants to make some changes in the act. So for that, the government on the 1st February comes with a budget. It is called budget. In the budget, there is a portion called the Finance Act. Okay, the finance bill. See, when the Nirmala Sitharaman ji, the current finance minister of India, comes to the parliament and asks for those changes, it is what? It is called bill. Okay, so on the 1st of February, the Finance Minister of India presented a bill that is called Finance Bill, in which they propose, mark my word, they propose to make some changes in the direct taxation or maybe in the other taxation of the government. Okay, some other changes in the other laws as well, but under the Finance Act, what the government of India is doing, they are just changing or tweaking some of the provisions of the law based on the circumstances of the situation. So this is what the finance bill was. See, so on the 1st of February, the government of India launched that. Okay, and after that, after passing from the Lok Sabha, it goes to the Raj Sabha. Raj Sabha also passes that. Then it goes to the President of India. President of India also give assent on that, and it is notified on where? It is notified on the official Gazette of India. It is a website. The website is available for the official Gazette of India, where each and every act is available for you to read. Okay, so the official Gazette of India, the act is notified in the official Gazette of India. Then it's final. It's okay. Then it is made applicable. But there is some tweak. See, let me just clean it. See, as I have said, the finance bill comes on 1st of February. Now, as you know, 2024 was the election year. Okay, where the union government have to choose. We have to choose the union government. So 2024 was the year of election. See, so election was done in the month of May or June. Election was done in the month of May or June. Okay, now understand one point. Sorry, election is April and May. Okay, so understand one point. The government of India comes on, see, the Nirmala Sitaraman ji comes on 1st of February, okay, and presents some bill and proposes something. Suppose it get passed as well and it becomes act. Now, suppose earlier it was NDA government, okay, which brings a finance bill on the 1st of February. But election happens in April, results come on May, result comes on May, and the government changes. Suppose government changes. So now the new government is the UPA government. See the Congress part, okay? The UPA government. Up now, what happens? The UPA government is not happy with all the amendments which are proposed in the 1st February. They want to either change some of the amendments which came, some of the changes which NDA government takes in the 1st February, or might have some new suggestions as well. So there is a problem. There is a problem that on the 1st February, for the whole year, the NDA government proposes something. But now the government changes in the May, and for the next and for the remaining year time, the UPA government want to make some changes. So there is a problem whether UPA government have to come again in the next year of the 1st February of the next year and make some changes. Till then, they can do nothing. They have to just sit and watch what the NDA government has did. Is there that point? No. So here the upcoming party who will take control of the union government has given a chance to change, if you want to change anything in that budget that comes on 1st February. That is why in the election year, listen to me very carefully. That is why in the election year itself there are two budgets. There are two finance bills. Okay, is this clear to you? There are two finance bills. Okay, one is presented on the 1st of February and second is presented after the government forms. After the results of the elections. Okay, so in our example, if the 1st February budget was presented by the NDA government, and if the government changes and the government changes to UPA, and if the UPA government want to make some changes, so they can make that. So there are two budgets in the election year, and in the other normal years, there is only one budget that comes on the 1st of February. So sir, this is the 2024. 2024 was the election year, okay, as we know that. So what all things have changed? Whether for us as well, there are two budgets. Yes, there are two budgets. So for Finance Act, see what we are reading. We are reading the components of income tax, and you have all these things applicable in your exams. So the Finance Act also you have to as well. The Finance Act as well is applicable to you. So which finance act is applicable, whether of the 1st February or the recent or the second budget that comes in picture, which is applicable for you? Both is applicable. So the both budget that comes in the year 2024, first is on the 1st February and second came on the 23rd. Oh, sorry, 23rd. Just give me a second. 23rd July 2024. This is the date when the second budget comes. Okay, I hope it is very much clear. If you have any doubt, just pause, just read it again, or if you want, just go back and listen to it again. Okay, you have that facility. The recorded students have that facility to go behind and pause the teacher as they want. Okay, so do not feel do not have any issues. Just take and just scroll it back if you have any other problems. So the second budget came on 23rd of July 2024. But fortunately or unfortunately, as your like is, the NDA government repeats. So the budget also presented by the NDA government itself, the Nirmala Sitharaman ji itself on the 23rd of July 2024. Okay, see, I am showing you some practical point. See, this is the Finance Act, Finance Bill. See, listen to it. The finance, you know that bill. Why the word is bill? Because it is just a document. That it is just a document that government of India trying to propose that this is a bill. In which year that bill is proposed? In the year 2024. But what is this? What is this? Number two. Number two is only relevant for the year of election, because in the election year there are two budgets. There are two budgets. First on 1st Feb and second on the other day after the election. Okay, after the result of election. So the 1st Feb it is called as the finance bill. Okay, it is called the finance bill. But in the year itself, in the 2024 itself, there is a second finance bill happens. That is why it is named as number two. That is a second number of finance bill. Okay, finance bill first finance bill is already proposed on the 1st February, but this finance bill is the second number of the finance bill that is coming after the election results. Okay, so the both is applicable for you. The finance number 2 bill 2024. Okay, is this very much clear? See, on the 1st February 2024, on the 1st February 2024, the government of India make no changes, or hardly one or two changes in the taxation system. They do not change anything. So the first budget is not actually relevant for you, not actually relevant for you. But for the finance number 2 bill 2024, the government of India goes wild and make changes. The changes all along the income tax act. So the finance number 2 bill 2024 becomes very much important. Okay. Now, the government of India, see here as well. I have also said you it is introduced in the Lok Sabha. So these are all the things the government of India wants to take. See the arrangement of the clauses. The government of India says we just want to make the changes in all these sections. See, the government of India want to make changes in all these sections. See, for the direct tax, this is applicable. The government of India want to make changes in all these sections. Okay, but there is a problem, because as I have said, the government of India has just proposed something that we want to make changes. There can be some representative of ours that we have sent, which may object any change. Suppose there is a change in the article, in the government want to make change in section number 2, but there may be some MP, the member of parliament, says that in section number 2, that whatever changes you are trying to take and you are trying to bring, I find certain problems in that. So I request the Finance Minister of India to consider my request, to consider my issues, and try to change that amendment, because it is not the final version. It is not the final version. The government of India, the Finance Minister, is just proposing it. Ki we want to make changes. If you have any other objections, so let us know. So the government of India takes suggestions. So suggestions from whom? Suggestions from the member of parliament, as well as from you as well. From you as well. It is open to the public. The finance bill is open to the public. Anyone can make suggestions by sending a representation to the finance ministry. The industry experts can share their views on the amendments which government of India trying to bring. Okay, after considering each and everything, the industrial expert advises, the member of parliament advises, or any other advice that you have given to the finance ministry by writing a representation letter and posted to the finance ministry. And okay, so all these things, after considering all these things, the government of India, the finance minister says, yeah, this is the correct thing. This is the correct thing that under the section number 2, I think the member of parliament was saying the correct thing. We need to change something in that. Okay, so and we need to change something in section number 10. There will be some changes which may be suggested by any person. Okay, and to that the government of India also agrees to that. So the government of India takes a final draft, brings up a final draft of the finance bill. Okay, the government of India takes the final draft, and after that the final draft, which is again presented in the government, in the parliament, they approve it. After they approving it, they went to whom? The Rajya Sabha, and then the president of India. After that, the president of India signed, and it become what? The act. So see, it comes on, as I said, it comes on 23rd of, see, 23rd of July 2024. Let me see if it is given in the, it is given here. Mm, no, 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 no. The date is not given here. But the see here, 23rd of July 2024. It is introduced in the Lok Sabha. Okay, 23rd July 2024. After considering all the things, industrial expert, your advices, member of parliament advices, the government of India reconsider all these things and make some changes. After that, the assent of the president also comes. See, the president of asset comes, and it is just a second. Sorry. The assent of president of India comes, and it is published in the Gazette of India. It is written as Bharat ka Rajpatra. Okay, under that, see, it is financially act, it becomes act. See, the following act, see, the finance number 2 act, the wording changes from bill, it becomes act 2024. It is signed by the president of India on which date? On 16th of August 2024. So the bill which came in the parliament on the 23rd of July 2024 becomes act on 16th of August 2024, after considering each and everything. And see, it is also written here, the following act of the parliament received the assent of the president. Assent of the president. I said the word assent. Received the assent of the president on 16th August 2024, and it is hereby published for general information. Yeah, means it is available to each and every one of you. You can even download that from the e-gadget website, and you can also study that. Okay, so on 16th of August it becomes effective to you as well. Is this clear? I hope the whole process is clear to you. It is, the whole process is clear to you. So I have said one thing, that income tax act is clear. Okay, income tax rules is clear. The finance act is also clear. Is it very much clear? Okay. Now, see, when I am talking about the finance bill, When I was talking about the finance bill, there may be someone, there may be someone who wants to know the reason why the government is want to why the government is want to bring such change. What is the need for that change? The government cannot do anything by its own. This is a democratic country. We have the right to ask you why you needed this change. You have to explain to us why you want to make this change. Explain to us. So for that, the along with the finance bill, along with the finance bill, not act, along with the finance bill, the government of India launches a memorandum to finance bill. Again, what I'm saying, the government of India releases the memorandum to finance bill, where it gives the reason to certain changes, why we want to make such change. And this is what the memorandum to the finance bill. See, it is also here, memorandum explaining the provisions in the finance bill 2024. It is a provision, there is a memorandum that is explaining the provisions which are given in the finance bill number 24, that the government want to make such changes. Why we want to make some changes, that is what we are explaining here. Okay, that is what we are explaining here, that what are the changes and why are those changes we want to make. So this document is also available to the public use. Okay, so the government also releases that. Okay, clauses referred are the clauses in the bill. This is not the clauses of the income tax act, clauses of the bill. Okay, so see here, each and everything the government is explaining. See, each and everything the government will explain why we want such change. If I come later, part of this, the last part of this, see, promotion of domestic cruise ship operations by the non-resident. The government of India makes some changes in the provision, and for that, the government of India explaining the things to you. Why we want to make some changes. Then, after explaining the reasons, then they said it is therefore proposed to insert a new section 44 BBC, which is also which is in your syllabus. Okay, so they also proposes some 44 BBC, where it gives 20% taxation on the aggregate amount. So the government of India explained each and everything in this. Is this clear to you? Now, one important thing to you. See, this is all theoretical, which I have said to you. Now, if you want in your practical life, want to download this finance bill, want to download this finance act, want to download this memorandum, then how will you do that? Then how will you do that? Just for that, I am giving you a website name. Website is India Budget dot gov.in. India Budget dot gov.in. This is the website which on which the government of India made available all the finance acts, okay, and all the memorandum explaining the provisions of finance bill. Okay, let us see as well. Okay, okay, let me show you that as well. When you type India Budget, India budget.gov.in, when you when you file this, when you search this, just a second, it is rolling. See, this is the website of the union government. See, union budget, Kendriya budget, under the Ministry of Finance, the government of India. Okay, see, here it is given. See, here it is given. Finance bill and the memorandum explaining to the provisions of the finance bill. It is the latest one. See, if I click on the memorandum explaining to finance bill, the memorandum to the explaining the provisions of finance bill to 2024 is available to me. But suppose I do not I do not want that I do not want 2024 provision. I want the memorandum for the year 2022. Then how will I download? Because here is I do not get any option to choose the year. So from where we can get that? See, where we can get is the previous union budget, previous budget speeches of the previous union budget as well. Okay, speeches as well. You can download from here. So we will come from the union budget, union previous budgets. Okay, now see, there are all the years are written. See, all the years are written here, all the years. Understanding this, all the years are written. Now see, just give me a second. As I said, 2024 was the election year. Okay, 2024 second number bill I have shown you on the just homepage of the government of India, this Indian budget site. Now see 2024 2025 first number one. So this is the number one budget. Okay, now see before 2024, what is the election year? 2019. Okay, so see 2019 as well in the second list. 2019 as well, there are two budgets. Okay, okay, there are two budgets. On any other year, you will not find. Okay, there are two budgets in the election year. So 2019 to 2020, there are two. See, it is not given here, but it is one. Okay, then before it, 2014 was the year. So see 2014 and 2014 one, and here will be 2014 15 one, and 2014 15 2 also must be there. See, here it is 2014 15. Okay, 2014 15 here, and 2014 15 1. This is clear to you all that the government of India is giving each and everything. And if you want to download anything, just see I want 23 24. When I'll go for 23 24, I'll find both the things again, memorandum explaining and the finance bill. I can download the finance bill here from here. See the finance bill number 20 for finance bill 2023. And if I want a memorandum explaining the finance bill, see the memorandum explaining the provisions in finance bill 2023. So this is the practical thing that you must know, from where we can download all these things in the practical life. I hope it is very much clear. Okay, just let me changes everything and come to our point as well. Okay, so we have explained the Income Tax Act, income tax rules, Finance Act. Now coming on to the circulars and the notification, where the circulars and the notification, see, circulars and notification are itself in the explanatory nature. The government of India wants some changes in the Income Tax Act or maybe in the income tax rules. So for that purpose, there may be some ambiguity. There may be some doubts in the industry that then the government of India has said this has to be done like this way. But there may be some other doubts in the industry that we have this doubt. Please resolve that. The industry experts can say we have this doubt. We want to give text, but we have some certain doubts regarding the amendment that you are coming up with. Okay, so there we need certain clarity on that. We need certain examples on that, how things will work under this amendment. So for that, there may be certain circulars or the notification that is available by the that is made available by the central body of direct tax, certain board of direct taxation, CBDT. Okay, that is made available by whom? CBDT, circulars or the notification. To be in short, I'll say that circulars are binding on the assessing officer. Who is the assessing officer? We'll discuss it later. See, it is not binding on us. Circulars are not binding on us or you, me or you. It is not binding on me or you, but notification is binding on me and you as well. Okay, but circulars we do not we do not by, we no, are not bound by those circulars, but the assessing officer is bound by those circulars. Okay, then there may be certain ambiguity in the language of the law. There may be certain ambiguity in the application of the law, that you are applying that law in some other way, and maybe the income tax department is applying that law in certain other way. Okay, so if you say that this expenditure is going to allow to you, you can take deduction of this expenditure, but the government of India says that the income tax department says that no, this expenditure we can't give you the deduction for that. Okay, so there may be certain ambiguity, because the assessing officer, the department may interpret that particular wording of the law in their favor, but we are interpreting that language of the law in our favor. So there may be certain ambiguities. So who resolve those ambiguities? The ambiguities are resolved by whom? The courts of India, the judicial authorities of India, maybe the high courts, maybe the supreme courts. And there are certain tribunals as well, which is set up by the Income Tax Act itself. We will study that in the later part of the course. So those judgments are also part of our syllabus. The judgments which are given by the Supreme Court, the judgment which are given by the High Court, are also applicable to us to read. I hope it is very much clear. So this is all the basics of income tax laws. We have to read this now. In the part number two, we are going to what do? we are starting with the core syllabus of our paper number 4, and we will discuss about the tax rate and the structure of the income tax act. So it is a part number 1. You will get the part number 2 as well for this lecture. In that part number 2 you will find all these the later part of this chapter, where we will discuss the tax rates and other structure of the income tax act. We have discussed the basic idea of what the constitutional power and how the government is going to levy things and how the government is going to change things. But now we'll focus on what the income tax part itself, what is written in that document which the government of India places. We are going to read now that for whole 45 or for 50 or 40 lectures. Okay, this is all. If you have any doubts, so you can ping me on the contact details given in the drive itself or the group. Okay, you can ping me there, or you have the liberty to watch it again as well. So watch this lecture, watch that particular part where you have problem again as well. Okay, so no issues. Let's meet in the second part of the lecture, and we'll continue the lecture. Okay, till then, take care and just continue the lecture after taking a break of 5 or 10 minutes.